Hello everyone, in this session number 3, the video lecture series of Hibernate Framework, we have to start with the how you can simple create your Java programming application using this Hibernate Framework. So let us start with the help of NetBeans. So how you can work with this Hibernate Framework. So there is good property is there. When you are working with the Hibernate Framework, automatic table creation is happen. No need to write down a create query for it, right? So how it will be do happen? I'm using that Oracle software for database management. So here I have a query like select star from testing. So you will see here table or view does not exist. So I'm planning to create a table as a testing table. Clear? So this is my NetBeans. So let us start with the new project. It's my first application for the Hibernate. So you need to choose a project in a Java web, then web application, then click on next. Here I am giving the Hibernate test as a project name. Then I am selecting Apache Tomcat server, Java E5, then next. Then here I am going to select a framework which you used in application is nothing but a Hibernate 3.25. So here you need to set a configuration in which database you want to connect while using a Hibernate framework. So you need to create here database connection first. So if I'm first time creating my applications, so I need to click on a new database connection. Then it will be locate a driver of it. So here you need to choose a driver. I want to work with the Oracle theme driver, so I am selecting Oracle theme. Clear? But here I have already attached OJDBC 14.jar file, but we are developing a very first time, then at the time they are having a blank screen, right? So you need to click on add. Then you need to click on add. Then to select the particular jar file which helps in a Oracle database connectivity or JDBC 14.jar. Then you click on open. Then the file is attached here. Clear? Then once I click on next, they are asking about a host is what? Local host. The port number must be 1521. XC is my service. You can, if you want, you can provide here username and password, and you can test connection also. So here I am using username as a system for my database and password is also a system. Clear? So test connection. Once I am testing this connection, it may give me the connection success. Once I click on next, in which schema you want to create a user defined tables, right? So I am using a system schema to create a table of it. Then this is my connection string. JDBC Oracle theme localhost XE default one, and you need to make it finish. I already created this string, that's why showing me the answer unable to add connection because connection is already exist. Once you follow this particular steps, at that time it will be added here a JDBC Oracle theme. You have to select this particular string. So automatically a database dialect is fetch here. Whenever you want to work with the Oracle database, the database dialect is automatically fetched by the NetBeans org.hibernate.dialect.oracle dialect. Then to click on finish. So once I click on finish, here my project is loaded. So as we all know, once you create any framework, here I create a Hibernate test. It consists of several folder of it. You will see here web pages is there, source packages are there, libraries are there, Hibernate libraries are already attached, Oracle OJT 14.jar file is attached, right? So But one thing you need to see, in a source package one file is already there, the cybernet.cfg.xml file. Once I click on this file, as I told you in Hibernate framework, a session factory is a main part of Hibernate framework, right? It having some cache information, JDBC connection information. You need to click on here source. Now this file is very important, hibernate.cfg.xml, which is automatically created, but you need to remember in examination. Now this file name is hibernate.cfg.xml, which is having a heading is a Hibernate configuration, which is providing configuration information of a database in which you want to create a table of it. The main tag is what? Session factory. Now, as I told you, in a architecture of a Hibernate framework, once you changing a database, here I am using Oracle database, now I want to work with the MySQL database, I need to again create another session factory objects. So this much information again is going to repeat it for the another database. Clear? So here in a property name is a Hibernate dialect. So dialect must be a fix. Every database having a different dialects. You need to remember 2 or 3 dialects for the databases. org.hibernate.dialect.oracle dialect. The second property is what? Name is a hibernate.connection.driver class. This property also you need to remember oracle.jdbc.oracle driver, or you can remember oracle.jdbc.driver.oracle driver. That thing is also fine. The another property is what? Hibernate.connection.url. What is URL? jdbc://oracle://localhost:152.1/xc. And what is username here? System. Password also system. This tag is in between. This all property is set for the one session factory, so it is a one database information. If you want to work with the another database, you need to repeat all the information again. So you can work with the different databases with the Hibernate framework in a Hibernate configuration file. So this is a simple starting of the how you can able to create a project in a NetBeans. So understand. So here we are working with the first file first. There is a Hibernate configuration file. The Hibernate requires to know in advance where file the mapping information that define how your Java class is related to the database table. Hibernate also requires set of configuration must be set related to database. So to set the Hibernate properties, we require the file. The name of the file is what? Hibernate.cfg.xml file. As we already discussed all the properties, Hibernate.dialect. This property makes the Hibernate generates appropriate SQL for the chosen database. Then we require another property, hibernate.connection.driver_class. The property name is fix. We already returned the value of it, JDBC driver class. Then hibernate.connection.url, the JDBC URL to the database instances. Then we already returned the Oracle database username and password. We require the property hibernate.connection.username. So hibernate.connection.password is a database password. So we already discussed this all the property of it. Clear? So whenever you start with the Hibernate framework, you have to first create this configuration file is known as a hibernate.cfg.xml file. Clear? So before we start with the any program of Hibernate framework, let us understand what are the main interfaces used in a programming site. So let us see. So Hibernate is providing two different packages, that is the org.hibernate.star and org.hibernate.cfg.star. The 5 core interfaces are used in just about every Hibernate application, and using this information these all interfaces you can able to store and retrieve the persistent object and control the transaction management. Basically a Hibernate is having 5 different steps to create an application. First interface is what? Configuration information. As we already see, we created which file? A Hibernate configuration file. To load this particular file in a running application, we require support of the interface configuration. So remember all the steps very carefully. The first step, while accessing any Java application database connectivity, you need to build this particular one file is a hibernate.cfg.xml file. The configuration object is used to configure Hibernate, and the application uses the configuration instance to specify the location of the mapping documents. So whenever you work with that is the Hibernate JDBC connectivities, so you require first interface is what? Configuration. So you require object of configuration C, new configuration, and c.configure is a method to upload or to execute a hibernate.cfg.xml file in a programming site. Clear? The second interface is what? Transaction. A transaction is nothing but a unit of a work. Application uses a transaction to do some operation on a database side. So whenever you want to perform any operation in database side, you require support of a transaction object, right? So how you can work with it? So you require a support of a transaction object. Second, transaction tx equals to session dot begin. Transaction is a method, session is a object we have to create. Clear? Then third is a most important thing, session factory. It's obtain a session instances from a session factory, and you have to use session factory instances are not lightweighted, typically one instance created for all applications. So you need to build a session factory by the object of a configuration object, right? So the third step, you require session factory. Once you create an object of it, for example I am creating object SF, so you have to write c dot build session factory. So this configuration file now in a uploading mode to use with the database connectivity. We can easily access any database tables. Now the fourth interface is what? Once session is factory is loaded successfully, session is a persistent manager that manages operation like storing, retrieving the object. An instance of session are very inexpensive to create and destroy. So it holds the first layer memory. Already we see in the cache memory architecture of Hibernate, the session holds the first mandatory first layer cache memory of a persistent object. So we have to open a session by the session factory objects. How? So we have to create session object S1, and we have to write session factory object SF, and then we have to call a method open session. Okay? So this kind of 4 to 5 steps we have to remember when working with the Hibernate framework. And the last, we require the interface support of a query and criteria interfaces. So as we all know, in JDBC programming, while we are writing some queries, we are having a support of a which one? Statement interface, prepare statement interface, callable statement interface. But in case of a Hibernate framework, we require the support of a query interface. We will see this query interface in depth while working with the code of it. Clear? So whenever you developing any Hibernate applications, you require the support of these 5 different interfaces. Clear? So let us start with the applications of it. So let us create a Hibernate simple application. Clear? So let us consider to create any Hibernate application we require 4 different files. So I write down that 4 different files. The first file I require a hibernate.cfg.xml file, which is stored in a source package folder. Second file I require hibernate.hbm. HBM matlab Hibernate mapping file, which maps your Java Bean property with the database table. Again, it will be stored in a source package. and the third file I require a JavaBean class, Pojo class, or you can mention here word Pojo, plain old Java object in a some package com, and the last I'm creating a test file to save or insert record in a table automatically. I'm not creating a table, right? Table is creation done automatically. So this 4 different test.java file, right? That 4 different file you have to create one simple Hibernate application. So let us start one by one. We already created first file hibernate.cfg.xml. So we have to remember all the 5 property. But if you want to create a table automatically, so you have to write one property which a name is there, Hibernate. It has so many properties. For the auto, you have to write down that Hibernate HBM to DDL. Hibernate mapping to DDL, data definition language, to auto means automatically it will be created. So it having a 4 options, that property having 4 different value. So hibernate.hbm to ddl.auto, if you want to write update, so if table is already created, it will be update the table. If you want to create a table, new table, automatically you have to write a create and drop. If one table name is already there, so it will be drop and again it will be created. Clear? So you have to select this property, name is a hibernate.hbm to ddl.auto, and you have to write here create. Clear? The table will be created automatically. The first file is clear, so you have to create this first file, hibernate.cfg.xml. Now let us create one JavaBean class in a source package. So I right click on JavaBean class, then I mention here a package, then package name is com. Right, so I am creating one JavaBean class as a student. So right click on com, new Java class, I am providing as a student. Clear? So I am write down a simple Java class, which is a Pojo class, right? So how I can work with this simple Java class and how you can make it as a Pojo class. So you have to work with all the properties of it. Now this JavaBean class consists of, for example, the property as a ID, roll number, right? Then I am providing a string name and integer age. This 3 property I am storing in a student. Then after, what I need to do, write down the getter setter method of it, public void set roll number, then integer roll number. These dot, everybody know how you can create a JavaBean class. JavaBean class is consist of properties and some getter setter method, right? So I write down the setter method, so I have to write down the getter method. So public integer get roll number. What you can return here, return roll number. Then public void set name, string name, then what you can return here, this dot name equals to name. Then public void, that is a return value must be a string, get name, the return keyword must be a name. Public void set age, that is the integer age. This dot age equals to age. Then getter method, public integer getAge, it will be written age. So the very first step, you need to create a simple Java class which storing this all informations, right? So I save that particular class. So I done with the it having a 4 different steps. So I done with this particular CFG file. I done with the Pojo class, package name is com student. I done with the student. Now I need to do the mapping of it. So in this one I have how many properties? What is our student here, Java class name here? What is our Java class name here? Student. Suppose I want to create a table in an Oracle database, name is a testing. How many property of student being? Roll number, name and age. Suppose I want to create a column stu underscore roll number, stu underscore name and stu underscore age. So I want to map a Java property with the database table. So now I want to create a second file. The name of this file is a hibernate.hbm hibernate mapping.xml file. Now understand the fundamental of it. The second XML file is known as a Hibernate object relation mapping file. What is a Hibernate mapping type? Hibernate will translate a Java type to the SQL type or database type. So if I am using a Java type is a string. So what is a Hibernate type? String. S must be small. What is a SQL type? Is a varchar type. In a case of Java type is date, the Hibernate type must be a date and time. SQL type is date and time. Java type is integer, the Hibernate type is integer, SQL type is this. Class, varchar. In this manner we have to map with the Hibernate type into the SQL type. So how you can do this thing? Let us create this hibernate.hbm.xml file. So we have to right click on source package, new, then we need to go to other, then select here the framework is a Hibernate framework, then select a Hibernate mapping wizard. Just create a Hibernate mapping file which extension of a .hbm.xml file. So it create a hibernate.hbm.xml file. Next, so here you need to write a class to map. So here they are retrieving all the information. They are retrieving all the information about the database table, because we select the Oracle database table. So they require some slight 1 or 2 minutes to fetch all tables from the Oracle database. Just wait for the 1 minute. So they are fetching all the columns, tables, procedure, trigger available with the Oracle database. It takes slight time to do, right? While doing this operation, let us see what are the part of the hibernate.hbm.xml file. Let us see. So hibernate.hbm.xml file having a main tag is a hibernate-mapping tag. This tag having this information. First we need to tag as a class. What is our class name? com.student. Here we creating table as a testing. Clear? So your first column, if you want to make it as a primary key, unique identifier, so you have to write as a ID, name equals to roll number. You have to specify the column name and what is the type of this column. Generator class is equals to assign is a work as a roll number become as a primary key. Then another property is a name. You want to map this name with the student name column in this particular table. So how this mapping can be happen? Let us see. So around the 48% work is over. So let's see how it will be work in it. So it fetch all information. Now we need to map a class. So which class we want to map? We created the class. What is our class name is the com, and the task start name is the student. So I need to select the student, then click on OK. So which is our configuration file? It is a hibernate.cfg.xml file. Already is there. Database table. I want to create automatic table, right? Testing is my table. I am going to put it. So make it finish. Once I do that finish operation, so that kind of file is created. The root file, root XML file tag is a hibernate-mapping. Now we need to work with the class tag. Class. What is our class name? com.student. Which table we want to create? So you write table equals to testing table I want to create. Clear? Now this class, I am specifying a mapping of it. It is known as a Hibernate mapping file. Means this class student property I want to map with the roll number, name and age, right? So here I map one thing, which I do the mapping of it. Student mapping is done with the help of table testing. Clear? Now I want to make roll number as a primary key. What I need to do? You need to use a tag ID. Name equals to, what is the property name? Roll number. Which column name you want to put in a database side? So I am trying to put STU roll number. Then if you want to make this roll number as a primary key, what you need to do? You have to use here generator class. Generator class equals to assign is a used to make it as a primary key, right? There are so many generator classes are available. You can see here. Like assign, foreign if you want to make as a foreign key, one-to-one primary association, guild, hello, identity, increment, native. We will see all in a last session of it, but right now I want to make it as a primary key, so just use a generator class as a assign. Now I am mapping with the name, roll number, column as a STU roll number. Now what is the type of this STU roll number? We have to write as a integer. Another mapping, so you write down this property. ID is only one ID in a one particular mapping file. Another property is what? Name. stu.java having another property is a name. So I want to map with the column stu underscore name. What is the type of it? The type must be a string. That's it. Now I want to map with the age. Age is a property, third property. So how you can map it? You can require the property tag name equals to age, then column equals to stu underscore age. Now see carefully, here in database side I am not creating in testing table. You can see table of view does not exist, but it will be done automatically. How? We will see. The type equals to integer. Clear? So here I end it with the hibernate.hbm.xml file, which is providing a mapping of it. Clear? So I save this file. So I done with the third file, that is what? hibernate.hbm.xml file. Now see, while developing the Hibernate mapping file, I select the Hibernate cfg.xml file. So it will be automatically put here mapping resource equals to hibernate.hbm.xml. If I forget to write this particular property, the table is never created automatically. Clear? So the last file to execute. If I want to create and insert some record, what I need to do, I right click on the COM package and creating simple Java class, and I write down a test.java file. So let us see how the test.java file works. So whenever you are working with the Hibernate simple application, you have to work with this all interfaces. So you have to import these two packages, and this 5 steps is required. So work with the last file, you require the import statement, import org.hibernate.start, then another import statement org.hibernate.cfg.star because for the configuration. Then I'm creating one console application, so I write down the public static void main string aux. Yeah, you can write down throws keyword, but I'm write down here try catch block, right, whenever is required. Very first step, the first step, you need to load a Hibernate configuration file. The first step I'm using here the load Hibernate configuration file. So what you need to write here, you have to write here configuration, yes, then object is C equals to new configuration, then C dot method is configure. So you need to write down the resource of it, which resource is there, hibernate.cfg.xml file. Clear? Then you have to create a session factory. So the next step is a session factory interface, is a factory for the session. sf equals to c dot build session factory you need to call. Then need to create a session. Session is an interface. S equals to sf dot open session. Then create a transaction. Here no need to write an insert query, you can use a save method to insert all the records. So I am using a transaction tx s dot begin transaction. This 5 different line is required in every program of a Hibernate. Clear? So now I am doing a transaction. So I am using one try catch block, because if any error is generated, we want to roll back the transaction, and you know the method of commit and rollback, right? So here I am using a property student, right? Student is what? Java bean object, std1 is the object of it, new student. I am creating a Java bean class student object std1. Now I am setting a property of it, std1 dot set roll number as a 1, std dot set std1 dot set name abc, std1 dot set age, set age is 25. So as I bind student std1 persist object which having a 3 different information. If I want to insert a second record, so I am creating another object std2, and roll number is 2, and here I put as a xyz, and age is for example 30, right? So I am binding with the 2 different objects std1 and std2. I want to insert these all records, so I have to call a transaction this is my transaction to insert this both the record. So how you can do, you have to use the second session object s dot having a method as a save. So you can save the object. Your object is what? std1. Another object is save std2. Once you save, it will be stored in a database site, and if you want to commit a transaction, you have to call which method? Commit method. If transaction is not successful, so here you can write SOP record saved, for your information. Okay. If any error is generated, you can write down in a catch block trees dot rollback. Okay. So this is my simple Java application for the Hibernate framework. So once I save my all the files. I created how many files? 4 different files. I created this hibernate.hbm.xml cfg.xml file. I created that Pojo class. I created hibernate.hbm.xml file, and the last I created testing file. So I execute this test.java. See what happened in it. The test is running is there. They loaded that cfg.xml file. The map with the student username, system password is there. They're done with the configurations, and the last you will see records saved. So now I need to check in a database side. As I already execute, table is not there, but we are running now application. I already execute Hibernate framework example. So see what is in part of a testing. So here I put which one? Table name testing, no? Okay. Select. I again mention the same thing. Select start from testing. You will see the stu underscore roll number, stu underscore name, stu underscore age, all the 2 record which I passed here in this 2 is automatically inserted. So this is my simple Java application which able to save a record in a database side. In next session I am going to perform how you can able to fetch all records from the database and how you can show it with the help of a Hibernate framework. Thank you very much.